Hello everyone, my name is Evelyn and I will explain the past modal and their structure and grammar, as well as the most commonly used modal verb, accompanied by simple and clear example. So now we're going to see what is the past modal. So the past modal help us to express different ideas about the past. For example, if we want to talk about um, something that might have happened or something that should have been done, or maybe something we believe happened, we can use the past model. So now we're going to analyze the structure and grammar. So first of all, we're going to place the subject plus moral plus have, and then we place the past participle. And the sentence it should look like this. They should work more. And they should, in the construction sentence, should look like this. They should have worked more. The past participle is always used after have. And I would like to highlight something about the past moral. Regardless of whether if we are using the third person of the singular, we always use have for I, you, she, he, it, they. We always use have, no matter what. So now we're going to analyze how form negative and question sentences. Um, for a negative sentence, we only add not to the moral verb, like we see here, like they should have no word more. And in the construction sentence, it looked like this. They shouldn't have worked more. And for the question sentence, we only invert the moral verb in the subject, like we see there. Like, should they have worked more? So now we're going to see the different kind of past moral, because the past moral allows to us to express in different ideas in the past, but in different meaning. Not all the past moral means the same. So now we're going to see some difference here. So we're going to see when we have to use should have, could have, might have, may have, must have, would have. So we're going to see when we use should have. We use should have when we wanna give advice, or we have some repentance. There's an example there. Adriana failed the exam because she didn't study. So she should have studied more. So we use also we use when one express some regret. Uh, and she should have studied more. So we are expressing some regret. Now we're going to analyze could have. We use could have when we wanna talk about a possibility or a ability. So, for example, in the management class, the professor give up participation points, but Fernando wasn't there. So he could have been sick. He could have had a personal problem. Or this is that we use when we want to express possibility, and we can use to when we want to express like ability, like I could have climbed the mountain. Now we're going to analyze may have and might have. So may have we use to express possibility. For example, Anderson celebrate his birthday at the park, but it rained. So he might have had the party at home. It's a possibility. So now we're going to see when we're going to analyze when we use might have. For example, Dylan wasn't in the office and he was lunch time. It was lunch time. He might have taken a break. He might have taken a break. So the difference between these two is there's a more likely that might have happened and may have a no more likely possibilities to happen. So maybe may have um, maybe 7% happen, and might have the 4% happen, because maybe if I say it may rain today, that means there's a very percent to rain today. But if I say it might rain today, there's a low percent that rain today. So this is the difference between both of them. So now we're going to analyze must have. So must have we use when it's an obligation. For example, they had they had a week to finish the assignment, but they submitted it at the last time. So they must have forgotten about it. And other example here is Sebastian bought a car, but he doesn't have a driver license. So he must have wanted a car. So yeah, this is we use must have when we are almost certain of something based on the evidence, and when it's obligation, like she must have stopped to smoke, because if she don't stop to smoke, she'll die. So it's very serious. We use must have when we wanna express our obligation, or when we wanna be very serious about something. So at the end, we're going to analyze would have. Would have. So we use will have when we want to spread as something hypothetical. So for example, Andrea didn't go to the movies, but there was a romantic film playing. So maybe we can say she would have loved the movie. Um, I would have attended to the party if I didn't get sick. So it's a hypothetical situation. So now we're going to analyze the model in the past. We're going to say a little resume here. So would have past and real action. Could have past and real ability. May have past and real possibility. Might have past a small possibility, should have past and real recommendation, and must have past unreal assumption. So, well, thank you for listening to me, teacher. So, in short, the past tense help us to, oh, there's some example here. Um, example in the context. So, Diana didn't come to class. So here we can express the same thing but in different way. Like we see here, like she might have been sick. She could have had an emergency. She should have sent a message. So we can use should, could, might, or must to express the same kind of thing, but in different ways. Um, or in if we have an emergency or we want to be more softly or maybe get that advice, we can use the different type of the past model. So at the end, we want to highlight the past model help us to express ourselves in the past and get better in our English. So thank you so much. Bye. Have a good day.